Have you ever asked yourselves about the difficulty that all young people face when asking a job? The work experience, the exams, the personal documents. But if we add that the person who is asking for a job has a mental or physical disability, things get even more difficult. Speaking of intellectual disability, we're not only talking about the difficulties of adapting to the environment, but also difficulties to learn social and intellectual skills. According to the WHO, more than 1 billion people in the world has a disability, and of that billion, 200 million has a difficulty in functioning. The World Health Organization and the World Bank Group created the World Report of Disability, in which they implemented programs and policies to improve the quality of life of persons with disabilities, and also to implement the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. It is important to talk about autonomy in people with disabilities, but not only in terms like they go to a store alone or something like that. We're also talking about their right to think and to feel, and this is a matter of universal and constitutional rights. Therefore, it is important that all parties involved must be aware of that, like the family, the professional, and the business. In all societies, there are few people with a disability in a paid employment. In fact, the proportion of unemployed people with disability is very high, up to 80%. Too often, people with disabilities cannot make a living because they don't have a job, so they may rely on charity and welfare. The cause that people with disability cannot have a job is because of the negative attitudes and the lack of opportunities that all people have to the people with disabilities. Although Mexico has a new legislation who protects the rights of people with disabilities, the discrimination doesn't start there. It starts at much early stages of life, like when opportunities are denied for people with disabilities. For example, education, good workplaces, good transportation, etc. And many companies said that having a new legislation who protects the rights is better for the company. Also, the General Law of Inclusion, Article 11, states the right to work and employment of people with disabilities. Also, Secretaría del Trabajo has a new program whose name is Abriendo Espacios, in which they protect the right to work and employment of people with disabilities. The cause that people with disabilities doesn't have a job mainly is because of stereotypes that states that, for example, the person with disability cannot work there because he will be more expensive than their co-workers. And also fears like they will be damaged and they must pay the bills for the medicine, etc. The benefits of labor inclusion may be for the person with disability a better quality of life. Also in the company there will be more integration and more productivity. And in base of data before, it states that the person with disabilities has less absenteeism than a regular co-worker than his. He will work for integration, have a very professional performance. Also, they will be cooperative and they will not be expensive sometimes. Obviously, there will be cases, but the expensive will be minimal. But all of this could benefit the life of the person with disability. I would like to close by putting a light on you, who may be employers of a company or maybe in charge of my country or my nation. I would like them to be based on equality and integration and work with me to build a society which has more opportunities and a decent country. Thank you.